Another beautiful day in the market today. Let's go over the today analysis and what clues the market has left us for Monday. And I'll talk about how you'll never miss a trade like this again. As you can see, I prepared my members, but we'll get into this later. Around 8:52, we identified the controlled tan and controlled red selling algorithms, as well as the green buying algorithm with the tapering light blue algorithm. So I said only way I would short heavy is if we get a clear microstructure to break out of light blue. As you can see here, once we got that little microstructure to break us out of light blue, I said you must protect at the low of day, but you could have held your runners in the tan algorithm. As you can see right here, this little microstructure broke us out for the first trade of the day, but you must protect down here. And you could have held your runners in this tan selling. Fast forward to 10:06, after we identified the intraday red selling algorithm, we also identified a tapering black algorithm. So in order to go long, we'd have to break the tapering black algorithm with some structure. As you can see here, once we used that orange level of support and created that microstructure to break out of the light blue, this is weak structure, but I scaled in on the break and protected on top of the orange and held my runners in the light blue. As you can see, we made that little microstructure out the orange, used it as support to break us out. But you also have to protect, especially because there's weak structure here. And the weaker the structure, the weaker the breakout. That's why we didn't move too very far. Around 10:51, I said we built lots of liquidity at 609 orange. So if this wants to go down, it will go down hard. Wait for the break of yellow and the microstructure to break orange. You can see once we broke yellow, I scaled it on the break of yellow. But as I mentioned, I protected at the orange level because you wanted to see a microstructure to, if we really wanted to go down. And while we were waiting for the microstructure, we also identified the new tapering white algorithm. So I said we may need to see a stronger microstructure to break us out of the white. As you see here at 11:33, after we built that microstructure, we were waiting for another microstructure to break us out of the white. This was beautiful. As you can see here, once we broke out of the white, we used the tan selling algorithm to guide our runners, but you have to protect at the bottom of the black. And once you see this, you can't not unsee this. You can see we use the same exact controlled light blue buying and the same controlled yellow buying algorithm. Once the yellow algorithm confirmed the tapering, we started breaking us out. Wait for the microstructure to break us out of the white. And once we broke that white, you could have scaled in. As you can see, I usually don't talk about money, but a lot of people are iffy in the comments. And as you can see right here, I made 9% on the port, which is a very big day for me. If you missed that first trade, no problem. Just wait for the same exact white and yellow algorithms to repeat themselves. As you can see here, once we broke out of the yellow and the white algorithm, you could have scaled in once again, but you have to protect, especially because there's kind of weak structure here. And at 12:22, I said if you want to short this, you know what to look for. The same yellow and white controlled algos on the break of white. And as you can see here, once we created this little microstructure to break us out, could have scaled in, but as you can see here, you have to protect at the bottom of the black. Once again, at 102, I said you know what to look for, the short only break of white with the structure. As you can see here, the same exact algorithms repeated themselves for another possible trade. Once we broke that white, you have to protect aggressive, especially because it's the end of the day and it's Friday, so the market's back to safety. Found safety red again at the end of the day. This will be a clue for Monday. If you watched yesterday's video, I talked about how we may reject that orange and how we may taper with the white algorithm because these are crucial levels and start grabbing that liquidity that we built last few days. And here, once we rejected, we sold in the same orange selling algorithm that I mentioned. Obviously, we lacked runway to grab all this liquidity. For Monday, if you want to see selling continuation, wait for the same pink controlled and white algorithm to repeat themselves, breaking us out of the white algorithm to lead us in the 5-day moving average also. And this level will be key. So if we could complete this cup, make a little microstructure to break us out of the 5-day moving average, we could start filling that gap next week too. There's no need to rush this because tapering sometimes takes time. So you want to wait for confirmation. Once we built a lot of liquidity up here, this orange level, just because we see red candles doesn't mean that we can't still keep going up. If we start reclaiming this level, start breaking out of the blue selling algorithm to create some structure, we can easily come back up. Or if we gap down and open up by the 5-day moving average and we bounce out the 5-day moving average, you could also see continuation up from that too.